Right. Good morning. So we played around with this agent last week, and we're gonna continue doing this. It's gonna be a little bit less sexy, and it's funny because I was watching this presentation or interview with someone. Can't remember which interview it was, but it was about like how these LLMs is like super sexy in terms of like playing around with the technology and see stuff happening, like you have some input and the magic of the output kind of thing. But as we talked about many times, there's a shit ton of tooling that's required around these. I wouldn't, I'm even going to stop saying that. We're not building anything around LLMs. We're building a system uh, for creating code that's relevant for a project, and an LLM is just one small piece of that puzzle. um, I want to state that. And these other tools aren't as sexy to work with. So one of those tools is our dependency rag. And our dependency rag is is just a database of documentation of the dependencies in the actual project that we're contributing code to. And we're using LLAmaIndex for this. And we have this query engine tool that we give to this agent, which is the dependency documentation tool. And it basically just queries it and tries to find relevant information. And the way we do this is that first we're going to refactor this because now it's hard coded. But what we're going to do is read the package.json file, find the actual dependencies. We're going to go through them, and we're going to run. We need to verify if the dependencies has changed. So basically, we're just going to keep an object of the dependencies, and then we're just going to, whenever we kind of fire it up again, we're going to look to see if they've changed. Like here, we would of course also have like file system watching the package.json. If anything changes there, it would immediately learn the dependencies. But then we're going to enhance it, because currently it relies on this field. So if it has a types field, then it goes ahead and does it. But if it doesn't have that types field, we are first going to implement looking at a different package. Yeah, and you know what? We're actually going to change this. So we're not going to, yeah, this is interesting. We're actually not going to use npm for this. Oh, why didn't I think of this immediately? Because like we did this proof of concept using npm, but now we're going to use the local file system instead. Yeah, that's going to be much easier. So we're going to refactor that so it actually looks at node modules in the project instead of npm. And then we're going to look at the actual dependency. We're going to see if that package.json has a types field, just as we do here. If it doesn't have that types field, we are going to see if we have a types, like definitely typed version. And that's not nice. Like that, the whole point of us doing this is because we're actually going to get relevant information for the version of the dependency that we have, which is really important. Like as I also said a few times, like people are gonna notice now with these coding agents that they're gonna stop working. And the reason is that they have a shit ton of training data. So take React, for example. There's like these LLMs, they have basically everything ever written about React on the web is part of the training data. Every single version, even like create class, right? So you can find yourself asking an LLM to write code for React, and suddenly it uses create class with mixins instead of a function component, or it might use the class component. And it's just because it doesn't know like what version. Maybe there is some I've never actually seen that. Like, is there any inherent understanding in LLMs how old? Like, it doesn't have any knowledge, right? It just has these tokens. So there's no embedded knowledge about what text it produces. Like, what is it actually based on in terms of chronological order? Like, there is no chronologically chrono 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 chronological concepts in an LLM. I guess that's how you would express it. It's just like tokens, right? So it doesn't know if it's what I would expect is that maybe they maybe during the training they would like have less old than, I don't know if they're even able to do that. Anyways, the point is that it's completely unpredictable, and um and I'm not sure like how this is going to progress. Are they going to keep training on new data on the internet, and how often are they going to do it? Well, what's certain is that React 19 LLMs won't understand React 19 until they actually train on some documentation on React 19, and even then it can still make these mistakes. So by having an explicit RAG for using the dependencies of a project, that to me it's like overwhelmingly obvious that needs to be a thing to even be able to write relevant code for a project. And the way we do this is that we base it on the types of the package. We could read the source code as well, but sometimes the source code isn't there. It's like a minified thing, where it loses a lot of context or a meaning because the variables are shortened and there's no like concepts there anymore. It's just code. But the types, they still have those concepts. And then sometimes the README itself of the package holds some documentation on how to use it. So we're going to include that as well. We could also look for like the homepage of the package and go and scrape information there. But then you start getting into iffy territory because the version that's documented on the website might not be the version that you're using in your project. And the same goes for definitely typed. Like, that's such a annoying thing about, like, definitely typed is an amazing project, but they didn't version the typing, which is really sucky. I guess you could say, well, they version the typing, but they don't. You can't say I have this version of the package. Give me the related version of definitely typed. Like, there are different versions, so it's impossible to match them, which is really sad. I wish there was a way. I wish I would have thought of this. Maybe they have, and I just don't know it. But yeah, the point is, going to definitely typed is like going to the website. You just get the latest documentation, which might not be perfectly correct related to the version you have in your project. But we're gonna fix this, and then we're gonna so first we're gonna make it file system based. We're gonna allow it to use the definitely typed one, and then we're gonna actually dive into Firebase and see if we can find a way to actually deal with that, because it has two complexities. If we check here, is this in the we here? So Firebase is such an interesting package, because for example, if we go into auth here, I think it's in dist auth, it has a reference to this thing, and it's just an export. And so what we need to do here, we need to introduce tsmorph or some kind of tool to analyze the abstract syntax tree. And then I think we need to like have a specific condition that, okay, if the type file has a single export from another package, go to that package and then do the analysis. I think that it has to be something like that. And then, because Then we'll kind of proxy into Firebase of, and then it has the actual typings in here. Where is the typings? I think it's in dist. Yeah, there it is. And then it will be, I think it's off public. And then you have the actual typing here. And it's like, it's amazingly how well documented it is. So it should be pretty good at creating documentation for this. Like, one of the biggest challenges is make it write documentation for every single thing. But we're gonna explore this. So I think this will work. And then you can ask, like, oh, shouldn't it continue to dive into these ones? But I don't. The point is that we're just gonna create documentation or usage examples so that the LLM has something to work with. It doesn't need to understand the full. Just like you as a developer, you don't understand all the nitty-gritty parts of a library. You just have the public part of it. Okay, but maybe we should get going with this then. Let's see. So, oh, and I spent so much time figuring out how to make this thing work. Oh, not like in terms of using it, but importing it. I had so much CommonJS ESM module issues trying to run this. It's been horrible. Anyways, so we're just going to use the file system here instead. We don't need this. So we're just going to do as fs from node fs. Yeah, we can use promises. So let's see here. So we are, does it have the workspace path? It does. So here we have, okay, so this is basically grabbing yeah, we don't need this. Let's first just find the package.json. Package.json and the README. Those are the two files we actually need. So let's do so that will be package.json and README. Await promise all. fs read file. And we're gonna do path join workspace. What was that? Some noise was trying to get my attention. Anyways, workspace path. So this will be the package.json. So that would be actually package.json. I don't think we need that. But I think we're gonna do I'm gonna convert this to buffer to string. I'm gonna actually, well, we can actually JSON parse it as well. Do the whole thing. Let's see, we can make this a bit smaller. So that's, and then for the README, we can just do buffer to string. Okay, so now we should have the package.json and the README, and we can test this with React states first. So what we need to do is, let's see, get text file types path. Yeah, so this is interesting. Like, we kind of want I think we should just go and read the package.json first. Because then we can rather make reading the types and the README parallel. So what we would do is I guess it's the same, only that we're going to use package JSON.types. Yeah, so then we can remove all of this stuff. Oh yeah, so this will be types content. And then this will be readme content. Okay, so we've simplified that now so we can actually test this. But before we do that, we're just gonna remove this dependency we don't need anymore, which is this one. And then in our project, we are gonna just remove, Web Assistant. We're just gonna remove our dependency. Yeah, so we're just gonna run this thing again. And now it should go and grab, create the documentation for React states, which is, as you can see, hard-coded here. Yes. Let's just test that first, see if it works. We got an error. Received undefined. Where was this? Yeah, I have a feeling this is undefined for some reason. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I'm doing the wrong thing here. And there should be no modules and then dependency. Sorry, dependency. We need to read the package JSON of the actual dependency. And this is also interesting. It's like when you create a coding agent, should it just magically work in a monorepo? Is that an expectation you have? That's a very different structure to understanding how to contribute to that code base. And I think it would actually have to build tools to make, oh my God. Illegal operation on directory, read. Oh, come on, Christian, package JSON. Oh, and then, oh, sorry. So this will be node modules, dependency, and then, my bad. So the types content is like that. Now it should be good. Oh, and then I didn't. My bad. Okay, now it's gonna be fine. So now it's basically asking GPT to create a summary. And here you can see what it created. So it wrote documentation. Is it create transitions hook? Is it? Did I change that? I have to check this. Oh. Did I call it create transitions hook? No, it should be create transitions. That's weird. But maybe, oh, did I change that? Let's see. I'm just gonna check the actual types. React. Wait, where are you? React states. Oh, sorry. Here we are. Match. Oh, it is create transitions. Yeah, so it's just an older version of the package. I'm gonna actually update that, and then we're gonna do it again, just so I don't get confused by that. So let's exit here. Let's go into project, yarn add React states latest. Cool. Let's go and check it again. Wait, why is it? Is this the published version? I'm confused. Package JSON 836. Did I forget to build it? I am confused. I think I forgot to build it when I published it. Let's see here. Let's see. So this is still create transitions hook, and then if I go in and yarn build it, I think I just forgot to build it. What the hell? Or did I actually change it? Create I actually changed it to create transitions hook. Oh, and I forgot to update the README. That's the problem. It was the README I forgot to update. Yeah, it does make sense that I am calling it create transitions hook. Because you're creating a hook. So we're gonna, by the way, I'm running a discussion now on the need for this thing. It might actually be a bug in TypeScript. We're gonna check that. That's just for type safety. Transitions. Okay, good. So let's just update, because that's conflicting info. But this is what I mean, like you're never safe. As you saw, the typing was correct, but the README was wrong, right? So you're never really, you're so dependent on, but we are as well, right? You would be very confused as an engineer, like looking at the documentation and looking at the types. And what's funny is that you would probably not look at the types, you would look at the documentation. But as you saw, the LLM actually produced the correct documentation from the types. So that's kind of cool to see. Anyways, Update docs. I can't believe I missed this. That's weird. So we're just gonna fix this. Let's jump back to main. Yeah, it's weird that it needs to run the dev container here. I believe we're actually making a switch this week to only use the new VS Code, which is going to be and we're going to clean some things up here, because as you can see, we have like this dev tool here, but we're going to make this thing, this extension is going to rather be this thing, so that you kind of have you don't have like this hybrid of what we previously approached with the editor and dev tools, where we had like this own version of an editor. Now it's primarily VS Code, and then we're going to shove all our custom stuff into like Code Sandbox here, or Code Sandbox dev tools. I think that's going to result in a pretty nice experience, hopefully. And npm publish. Do I have the... Oh, I can't. Okay, I think I have to release it locally. I haven't added my stuff there. Is this main? Git pull, yarn, build, and npm publish. And then I need, let's see, I need dismiss. Let's see, I have auth here, whatever it's called. Oh. There we go. Okay, so it's happy. Let's go and install. Let's close that. Close this. Oh, I was just sharing a link with someone. Let's go and install the actual correct version of this. But the point is, it worked. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go in and we are gonna actually do some validation here. The question is, how are we need to create some utility functions for this. I think we can just put them down here. So what we're going to do is function read dependency package JSON, and maybe we should give it workspace path dependency string. So let's move that up here, because that's a little bit... Or let's get dependency package JSON. Because we're not like reading it, it seems like reading it seems like it's getting the string, but we're actually parsing it as well. So get, I feel, is more precise. And then what we need to do now is evaluate where to read the types from. And I think we're just gonna... Now the problem here is, well, no, okay. Types path would be await get dependency. And this is also an issue, because you might have multiple paths. But let's just take it step by step here. Get dependency types path, and it's the same workspace path and dependency. So let's create that. Let's say workspace. No, sorry, types path. Oh, wait a minute. What did we do here? Where did... Wait, what's happening here? Why doesn't it have node modules in there anymore? This is weird. I've noticed that I think we have an error with this VS Code version. It keeps loading up stale versions of the file. Like sometimes it just... Yeah, I wonder what that is. But I really don't want to go into any debugging here, so let's just keep going. Okay, and then yeah, so what we need here is basically we need a package JSON, which is basically a record of string. Let's just call it unknown or any. Or let's do workspace path dependency, and then so we kind of keep the signature similar. And what we want to do is if package JSON types, we're going to return package JSON types. And if not, we have to see if there's like a definitely typed package. So this is going to be an what the hell? Async function. Yeah, and we can do async here as well. So we can say I guess we can call it buffer. And so what we want to do here is go and check to see if there actually exists a directory in node modules. Has definitely typed await f. Oh, interesting. So this would be types. Oh, I guess we can do it this. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, because it's a try catch. Yeah, but I think this is fine. We can do this. And if has definitely typed. We need to go and read. So let's look at React. How does React look like? React types. React. And it also has a package JSON we need to read. And it has, does it have a reference to its types? Or is this something we can just rely on? I think we should have, yeah. And this is also a challenge, right? And this also has like this type stuff is very complicated. But now we need to go and read the actual package JSON of, yeah, this is interesting. So now we should be able to use the same, definitely typed package JSON would be get await get package dependency package JSON. That will be workspace path node. Wait, no, we just give it types, and then, sorry, I'm typing behind my head here. Dependency. Oh, dependency. Oh my god, dependency. So this should get us a definitely typed package JSON. And then I guess we just have to run get dependency types path again. Return get. Oh, this is nice. Workspace path. And now let's just definitely type name would be, since we're using it so much. Oh, sorry. Rename to dependency. And then this will be definitely type, and then definitely type. Oops. That wasn't perfectly right. Definitely type package JSON. So now I should be able to go and grab that. And then we should throw an error here. Dependency typing is not found. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I think what we can do is I think we should implement the full like check now. So let's go and again remove our. Oh, we don't have any. Okay, fine. So we are first gonna evaluate. So we need a file. This is the stored dependencies. Name would be dependencies.json. So we're gonna keep a reference to what we have actually embedded in a file. Which is kind of not ideal. Ideally, we would just look at the existing embeddings to see if anything's missing. Because if we were to move this into a database at some point, we wouldn't really, that's all we would have. I wonder if there's a way to just query metadata. LLAmaIndex. This is kind of querying. I wonder if I can query just metadata to kind of see, is there any document that has the metadata of dependency name React, right? Do we actually have that? And also the version. But I don't think we need to go into that now. Now we're using the file system. So let's just rely on that. We can make a comment. Should probably query the index to figure out if dependency is missing. It's also interesting, like if you remove a dependency, you would want to kind of update the store. Keeping things in sync, that's incredibly difficult. Stored dependencies name. That's a bad name. Dependencies. Dependency. Dependency. Ref file name. Something like that. Dependency ref file name. Doesn't matter. So what we want to do is we want to read two files. We want to read this dependencies file, and that can fail. That's fine. It might not be there. Then we want to read the package JSON. So we want to get two files here. And then package JSON. Await promise at all. And here we want to. Oh, interesting. It's almost correct because we want web assistance folder name. Want to parse that, but we're also going to catch it. So if it fails, we're just going to return null. That's fine. But this one we need. Or you know what we're going to do? We're just going to return a record. Yeah, that's better. And then because we're going to write the file again, regardless. And then we're going to see. So we're just going to look at what's missing here. We're not going to like delete documentation from our embeddings if the package is suddenly removed. But of course, if this was going to be on anything production ready, we would need to do that. So what we're going to do here is, I wonder why this is, oh yeah, I guess it's any. So this would be, can I, yeah, whatever. So we're going to go through the dependencies of package JSON for, and then, okay, so let's have a const dependencies. It's going to be an empty, it's going to be a string array. And then we're going to say const, oh, look at that, const dependency in package JSON dependencies. And did we call it dependencies file? Let's just rename this to actual dependencies, and then this will be dependencies missing dependencies. Can I do a rename of this? And then this will be missing dependencies. Yeah, I don't think that really worked. Missing dependencies. Why is this wrong? Oh. Package. Wait a minute. Get dependency, package JSON. There you go. Okay, this felt a little bit messy, but isn't that always the case as we're exploring? So basically what we're doing here is we're going and reading our current dependencies that we've tracked, and I made documentation out of, and then we're looking at the package JSON, which holds the actual dependencies, and then we're gonna track what missing dependencies do we have, and I would rather just do this. So if there is no if we're lacking the dependency, like we haven't learned it, we're gonna go and learn it, and then at the end of this, yeah, so this is interesting because now we're doing this try of getting the even though we have an index, we still might need to go and grab documents. So what I think we're gonna do is that we're first gonna go and yeah. So we're first gonna go and grab any documents that we need. New document. Yes. So this would be let's see, what would this be? Yeah, so this would be documents. And then we're gonna see, okay, do we have a vector store? And if we do, if documents.length, can we go in here and just update the, is it insert nodes? Or do we have to go insert? Which one? Insert? So this will be insert a document. Do I have to insert, can I insert multiple? I guess at the end of the day, that's exactly what it does. Yeah, add documents. Oh, interesting. Allow update. Oh, interesting. I guess false. You know what? We can just do this. Like if it's an empty array, it doesn't matter. It won't do anything. Maybe it throws an error, but that's cool. Okay, I think this is what we want to do. So now, yeah, and the final thing would be if we have successfully done all of this, we're going to write to our dependencies file. If missing, you know what? We're even here. We're just going to write the file. It doesn't cost anything. Oh, and we should really have the, did I remove it? Dag nugget. We should go and grab the version. Okay. Oh, isn't this being used? Yeah, like what the hell happened here? Node modules. Look at this. These are all wrong. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing here now? Ah, fuck. You know what? We're gonna return the full types path. Types path. Yeah, this is a little bit weird. No modules dependency. So the types path might be like somewhere else. We're gonna return the full path.join workspace path, no modules dependency. So we're gonna return the full path. Yeah. Instead, feeling we have too much code here. Let's see. Let's see. Thinking. Types path. What the hell were we doing? Yeah, we were evaluating to actually write the update the dependencies file. So basically we need to. So I think you can just. There's a chance it fails, of course. Okay, so let's just go in and write file. And this would be path join workspace path web assistant dependency file name, and then we're gonna JSON stringify. And the thing is, yeah, let's go and just take package JSON dependencies. So we're just gonna insert, like what we're gonna insert here is actually the minor version instead, because that's what we're gonna use to evaluate if we need to update it. But this is like closer to something that will be needed only for a production ready thing. Absolutely not needed for exploration. We really would need to store the minor version here to know when an update is needed. Cool. Okay, so now we should write the dependency. So what we're going to do now, we're going to simplify our little project here. We're not going to include Firebase because I know Firebase has a lot of complicated stuff. So we're just going to do it for React, React DOM, and React states. And then we're going to try to run this. And then we're going to look at the documentation it produces for React DOM and React. So I think we're just going to run it. I wonder how much money I have. OpenAI API. Usage. Oh, I don't have much money left. I think I need to add some more money. So this was June 10th today. Yeah. Okay. So let's. Well, I don't want to increase my limit. I just want to. I find it so confusing, the billing. Oh, credit balance. I do have. Yeah, I find it very confusing that you don't have your credit balance with your usage. I find that exceptionally confusing. Yeah, but we can add some months here. Continue. Confirm payment. Do I have to log in and stuff, or does it just do it? Oh, it just does it. Amazing. As if it didn't actually deduct anything from my account. Where Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna run it again, and then hopefully we implemented this correctly. And what's gonna happen is that it's gonna go and create documentation for, you know what, we're gonna do some logging here so we kind of see what it's doing. So let's see. Console.log found the following missing dependencies. So that will be missing dependencies. So if missing dependencies length, else console.log no new dependencies, initializing dependencies rag. You know what we're gonna do? We're actually gonna, so this returns documents from LLAmaIndex. So if we have missing dependencies, then we're gonna go and do this. Let's see. And then we're gonna do documents. This will be let. Okay, so found the following missing dependencies. We're gonna go, and we should put this into a function of some sort. Yeah, maybe we should just do that. So we're gonna say documents equal learn missing dependencies, and we're gonna say workspace path. We're gonna give it the missing dependencies. Maybe that is enough. Oh, I think it needs OpenAI as well. OpenAI. Okay, let's just shove this into, we'll figure that out quite quickly. Let's see, function learn missing dependencies would be workspace path string missing dependencies would be a string array. Oh, and then OpenAI would be OpenAI. Let's just insert that and see what we're missing. So we're just gonna return this. Yeah, and we should be good. So let's just log some stuff here. So this is gonna happen sequentially. This is what the queue does. And the reason is rate limiting at OpenAI. This should probably not be a serial queue. It should rather be, you kind of say how many parallel operations you can run. So you can learn multiple dependencies at the same time. But again, yeah, let's just comment that. Rather become a set amount of parallel items in queue. So, okay, so here, learning. So it's learning that thing. Learning from found types path. And then it goes in, it reads the file at that path. It reads the original README. And then it goes in asking to create documentation or to create usage examples. And then we're gonna say usage examples created for dependency, and then we're gonna put the text like that. And then let's also do like a separation here, so we have some. Cool. So that's basically it. And then await learn missing dependencies. So if I'm missing dependencies, found the following missing dependencies, learn missing dependencies, blah blah blah, and then we're gonna update our vector store, and we're gonna write to our dependency ref file name the dependencies that we have actually learned. Great. Okay. Interesting. So this might take some time, but let's just run it. It's probably gonna fail to some extent. And like the React file is freaking huge, the type file. But it's one thing that's really interesting is one thing is like when React 19, for example, exposes use cache or cache. I think it's just a function called cache. And that's fine, right? You can type that, that's all fine. But what about when React like introduced JSX? What is JSX? Is it a library feature? Is it a language feature? And it's interesting because JSX started as a library feature and then it became an actual language feature. Well, language feature in the sense that TypeScript adopted it. I guess, yeah, it isn't a language feature. It's the wrong statement. But it's like, how does an LLM learn JSX? Would it be able to learn it by simply having it as usage examples? I don't think so. Like, it's such a complicated thing, and there's nothing in like even the React documentation now, I think, that kind of explains JSX. Maybe there is, but it's interesting. Like, there's certain things that isn't quite like, where should an LLM learn to understand it? So I have a feeling that like you can't be bleeding edge using LLMs to produce code. You kind of have to use it on, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's start this thing. I'm getting hungry as well. I think I need some food very shortly. Let's see what happens. Oh. So what happened there? Found learning React, found types path, React. Unexpected is not. Oh, did I JSON parse it? Wait a minute. This must be in learn. Oh. My bad. I am parsing types content. This shouldn't be parsed. And we should have like a read file thing, so we kind of just get the string. But yeah, okay. Oh, it started again. Asking to create usage example. So this is going to be interesting to see what it actually what pops out here. And I wondered what the cost is. I think we're gonna add that. Like, what's the cost of learning a dependency? So here you have, yeah, it even has using unstable batched updates, using flush sync, using create portal. Like, it's server-side rendering, browser usage example, using use reducer. So that's nice, right? And then, yeah, wasn't there anything for create transition hook, learning React states? Oh, I guess this is. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. This was React DOM. Oh, is that from Portal from React DOM? I didn't know that. Oh, this is learning React DOM. Yeah, so that's using use effect, using context API. Yeah. Basic counter component. So that wasn't like great usage example. So we're gonna like, that's prompt engineering, right? To make it create, but it's something. Using context API. But what about there are definitely missing APIs in here. Create root from, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so this is fine. Now we've done a lot actually. We made it file system based. We're now handling definitely typed. So that's great. We would need to optimize the. We need to do some prompt engineering on the usage examples. There's probably a better format for this. I don't think we need any structured response like a JSON response. It's better to just ask it to like just create. It doesn't have to be similar, right? The dependency documentation. It just needs, we just have to make sure that it actually covers the whole public surface. So one thing that we might have to do is like use abstract syntax, like analyze the abstract syntax tree and actually identify everything that's exported from the typing, and then explicitly tell it to create usage examples on these exports. That could be a way to improve it. But the thing is, there's always opportunities for improvement on these things. But I think I'm gonna stop the stream because I need food, and then we're gonna continue to see if we can make Firebase work. So you can learn a really complex dependency. Like, there's a shit ton of documentation in Firebase. And when we're happy about that, we're just gonna insert like the cost first. OpenAI. So that would be how do we get I think we have a cost calculator in here somewhere. Where's that? Is it here? Yeah. So we have let's just grab this. GPT-4 input price. So GPT-4o Omni pricing. So input is 5 and output is 15. 5, 15. Yeah, they half the price. And then usage. Here we have it. Let's see. So we're gonna log. Okay, const price. Oh, so that would be response. Yeah, so that for some reason that's like no usage reported. You can do this, that's fine. Response. GPT 4.0 input price, GPT output price. Yeah, we can hard code GPT 4.0. Cool. And then of course we're gonna insert price, and then we get the text, and then this is nice. No new dependencies, initializing dependencies rag. Nice. Okay, so we're in a good spot to actually see if we can make Firebase work. The complicated part there is it's like a proxy package. So we need to identify when a type definition file, and the nice thing, we kind of move this up here now. So basically in get dependency types path, I think we need to introduce, like, I find tsmorph to be really awesome. So we basically just load the type file. So that needs to happen. Yeah, so first of all, we need to identify all the type files, because Firebase uses the exports field with many different type references. Yeah, so we're gonna do that, and then we need to go and look at each type file, and if it has a single export, we are gonna change. And the nice thing, this is recursive now, so we can, whenever we kind of find a path, we can go and ask this again. So I really like that. Yeah, so I don't think this is gonna be as complicated as I thought. But we should document like the different versions of what it supports. Cool. But that's it for now. And then I think I'm gonna jump on another stream a little bit later. Okay, see you then.